It's the Skribbal Cast, bitch. What is up, motherfuckers? Welcome to another episode of Skribbal Cast. And on the phone, we got the one and only motherfucking DGAF General, Chucky Chuck. What up, bruh?
Scribble Scratch, what's up? Let's put these suckers up in check. What's cracking, my dog?
Put them up in check, what? Yo, so you know I had to have you on the podcast. We had fucking Diabolic on. We had the homie Marcos from POD on. And I had to get you on because, first of all, me and you have rocked many a track together.
Yes.
And I think you're a super underrated MC, and I think you got your fucking cadence, your voice, I compared to Chuck D. You know what I mean? Like when I'm talking to my homies about Chucky Chuck, like I always use the comparison, like, yo, you know how Chuck D has that super fucking recognizable deep,
the incredible, right?
Yeah, bro, like that's what you have.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you're not like an average rapper where, you know, you throw a fucking cipher together and you sound like everybody else. You know what I mean? You got that fucking voice, bro. And
coming from you too. I'll take that coming from you because you're a fucking elite MC too with the bars and your cadence too. So like, I'll take that, dog, coming from one of the dopest rappers out.
Hey, bro. I thank you, bro. I'll take that from you too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get you on here and give you your flowers, as they say. You know what I mean? You've been doing this shit a long time, and it just seems like just the last couple of years you're really, really popping off with the music, and you're able to do a lot of dope shit that I don't know if you were able to do back in the DGAF days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, definitely. It feels like I've other doors have opened, you know, being in the shadow of like Kottonmouth Kings and being under their kind of guidance. And you know, once I branched out from them, to be honest, in 2016, 17 is when I started just like flourishing and getting these big shows and festivals and offers here, and then getting back with Suburban Noize Records, and just like the opportunities with them is just endless. So I'm just really blessed to even be fucking still doing this and have a couple listeners that are down to support, maybe buy a t-shirt, come to the shows, play the music, you know, the whole 9 yards. So I'm just fucking grateful still to be doing this shit.
And you're a fucking humble ass dude, you know what I mean? I've run into a lot of assholes in this game. You know what I mean? Like a lot of fucking people who aren't even at the level to have that kind of attitude. You know what I mean?
That's
like
the worst too. Is when you're not even. Yeah, that's the worst, man. Like I see that shit too, because like I'm in that kind of realm of like, you know, the B class, the C classes, you know, of the underground, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And I see these other kids that are kind of just the same amount, and their egos are just filling the room up. I'm like, God damn. I need to keep a little pin on me, so when they come around, I just pop their head a little bit and deflate that dome. Let some of the air out. And then, you know, I've even seen other cats that like helped put me on that were super fucking humble. And then, you know, they had every right to be fucking Elvis Presley, you know. And then over time, you know, maybe their hype went down, but their ego went up, and then that was just ugly. Like, I've seen what not to do and what not to act. So I go out of my way to say what's up to everyone and try to answer messages online and just smile. You know, yeah, I'm heavily tattooed. People look at me like I'm gonna fucking rob them, but after I open my mouth, they're like, "Oh, this guy's fucking pretty safe," and I just try to smile and be cool. You know?
Well, bro, that's becoming a hard thing to find. You know what I mean? And when we're talking about underground hip hop, unless you're fucking Tech 9, you shouldn't have some fucking ego that blows out the whole fucking room. You know what I mean? And it's really refreshing to I mean, when we first met, bro, it was just like, hey, you're dope. I think you're dope. You think I'm dope. We fucking linked, and there's never been a fucking issue. You know what I mean? So that's hard to find, even in underground hip hop, and it's a fucking sad thing to say. So props to you for always fucking keeping it real, being real as fuck. And let's dig into some. I wanted to dig into some shit because you got some interesting shit going on. You just got off tour. Why don't you talk about that dope fucking tour you were just on?
Man, that was crazy. I went out with for direct support underneath Dropout Kings. They're a newer signed band to the Suburban Noize Records, but they've been doing their thing for quite a bit. They got a cool little following, and those kids are just young and hungry, and they were on the road since June.
Yeah.
So it was like the end of their run. I went out for like a month with them, but those kids, super nice kids, and it was dope to get in front of a different audience and, and gain some fans. Of course, a couple DGAFers would come out from all the states we played, the little East Coast run we did. But I really felt like I made fans out there, and it's different because there's kind of a rock band, so
yeah.
It was different for me. They had a bunch of rock bands, some emo rock, and going on after them or going up before them, it's kind of like you got to win these kids over. So like, oh, we got a rapper here. So like, it was just cool watching them like, just winning them over, winning the crowd over. This is fun as shit. It's like stand-up comedian shit to me. I love live shows. It's so fun. It was dope, man. We made it through safe. No COVID shit. We had a couple incidences with the RV we ran it under a bridge, took the AC out.
Oh shit.
Backed it into a couple things here and there, but other than that, dude, it was a smooth run.
Hey, fuck, bro. I mean, if that ain't happening, what kind of tour is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It was fun.
That's dope, man. This was just Chucky Chuck solo, right? This wasn't King Klick or anything like that.
I went out there under Chucky Chuck solo, and then we sold the DGAF merch. We did pretty good on merch. It was definitely worth it to get back out there and just to show people that I'm still touring, because after that, like, offers were coming, like, oh, you're touring again? Oh, here's some, like, offers were coming in, and especially with the new King Klick stuff, like, obviously we got Richter on there, so he's gonna pull some people and higher numbers. So like, we're gonna start touring with King Klick when the numbers are right and everyone's happy with going out, leaving their families and dogs and whatnot. So
right,
definitely 2022 we'll be touring with King Klick, and I got some other tours on the line too with some psychopathic artists, and Mad Child and Obnoxious got a record coming out. They're going to be doing a tour. I'll probably go on that as well. So there's a lot of shit cracking off.
Shout out Obnoxious. We got a banger coming soon.
Fuck yeah, he's a beast.
You brought up King Klick. Let's talk about King Klick, because this shit, y'all dropped an EP, and this shit is straight fire. So it's you, Obnoxious, and Johnny Richter. And by the way, Johnny Richter is looking real fucking good these days, man. So I just want to give a shout out to him, man. He's looking healthy.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he's coming back from like a little gnarly road he was on, and sounding good, looking good, killing live shows. He's just, it's really dope to be working with him and see all the emotion that he puts into the records, and how much he still has a lot of drive, dude. That's what I'm saying. The kid is driven, so it's crazy to see him still pushing and trying to move forward after dealing with certain other friends that were artists with him, and see the way that they kind of like took Kottonmouth and doing their own thing with it, which is cool. The business is bad, and Richter wanted to do some songs, and we're not trying to sound like Kottonmouth, so people are like, yo, this ain't like Kottonmouth. It's like, that's the point. Like,
yeah, no shit,
we're not trying to sound like that. It's going to be totally fucking different. Like, so we're just searching for beats.
That's but bro, that's what I liked about it, man, because before anything dropped, I was expecting, this is gonna be like some Kottonmouth break off shit, right? But
that's what everyone thought.
You play that shit, and that's what's fresh about it though. Like, Johnny Richter doesn't just have to fucking do this style. Chucky Chuck doesn't just have to do this certain thing.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's dope. And like we went through 100 fucking beats. Yeah. And motherfucker Richter's like, nope, don't like any of them. So like, it's just like, he knows his shit, which is dope. He's very professional and ain't gonna put out no bullshit for these fans that still put an ear to it. So like, while other people are putting fucking hogwash out there, sounding like fucking in sync and shit. No disrespect, but disrespect, bro. What the fuck's going on? And he don't want to do music like that. So I'm stoked to be working with him and Obnoxious in there. That fool's got bars on top of bars, so let's go.
Yeah, bro. And I was wondering how it would work with Obnoxious too, because Obnoxious can do. He's a real MC, so I don't doubt that he could do fucking anything. But like, of what I'd heard of Obnoxious, he was like some hard body fucking. hardcore underground shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I heard of him back in like 2007, 2006. Beats Freestyle Friday. He won like 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 weeks in a row. He was winning that shit. So I knew him from then. And then when I moved down to San Diego, some of the homies linked me up with them, and we've been homies ever since. He dropped on that Henchload record. You got on that track too, the Duffel Bag Cypher track.
Yep.
A bunch of heavy hitters. You guys fucking clowned on that with Hex and everybody. So that was dope.
Yeah.
Good shit. But yeah, man. And the doors open too. We have Underrated from Potluck was on the record, or the EP. Got Son of Saint Dog's son. We had some joints thrown towards Big Hoss. He didn't get it in time, but the next couple records, you never know who's gonna pop up on these records. We all are friends with a lot of people, and we're just gonna have. You never know. Skribbal might pop up. It's gonna be rap season here soon, and we're gonna have some fucking features and mad records coming. So you never know who's gonna pop up on the King Klick records.
That's fucking so dope, bro. Like I'm honestly glad that fucking Richter has a place to be like, yo, let me do whatever the fuck I want. Because I always felt like he was kind of the lyricist, like the real lyricist in K&K, you know?
He wrote a lot of those hooks, and when we do live shows, how they doing Kottonmouth songs, I was like, those are Richter songs. Richter wrote those hooks, so it's like he has all the right to perform those songs, and fuck, man, it's dope. I'm up there like, damn, this song's a banger. I can't believe I'm doing this with this fool. I'm like a fan, so don't forget it. And I'm a fan of those fools' music, so it's like, it's a trip.
And y'all's three voices together, like you all have unique voices. You know what I mean? So it really adds the flavor on top of those. I mean, the beats are fucking all dope. Like the beat selection, that's half the fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people who don't make music probably don't even like think of like yo, if your beats aren't fucking popping, it doesn't matter like how dope you are over the beats. It's still not gonna work if they're not popping. But if you got popping beats and 3 popping MCs on it, it's gonna go together perfectly, man. So I'm super hyped for like a full-length King Klick record.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. And it's crazy that the way that music is made nowadays. Like you're right. Like if you have a dope ass beat, a lot of these kids just say whatever the fuck they want to on these records. It's pretty whack.
Yeah, bro. It's like yo, everyone's confused. Like some fucking new rapper will come out and people will be like, oh shit, that's hard as fuck. But it's like, yo, but he's not. The beat is hard as fuck. This motherfucker ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man. Shit's whack.
So I wanna go back to 2006. Tell me about that DGAF record. Now DGAF was a group with you, Big Hoss, Saint Dog, R.I.P. Gillies, right? Gillies?
Yep.
And that album, I still bump that shit. So can we talk a little bit about DGAF and how that album came together, how that group came together?
Well, it's a trip because we were in the studio, me and Saint Dog, rest in peace, like you said, dude, that's the homie. Unfortunate, we lost him so fucking early.
Yeah.
And when he was first in Kottonmouth, when I first saw Kottonmouth Kings, I gravitated towards him. Like the bump videos, he just had the look and the swagger of a straight rock star. So I was like, who the fuck is this white boy? We're all going crazy, all tatted up, fucking dancing back and forth with all these bitches around him. I was like, that fool's a straight rock star.
Yeah.
I want to be like that guy, you know, as a 17, 18-year-old kid. So in 2008, actually about 10 years later, is, obviously Saint Dog didn't make it in Kottonmouth Kings. He left the band and did his own solo career. And then I got with him in the studio. We were doing the Suburban Noize Soldier shit, 2005, 2006, 2007, and then around 2008, Brad X had an idea to make the King Klick record, which was going to be the Kottonmouth Kings before Dirtball got in it, then add Dirtball, add Saint Dog, and add me, and we're going to call it the King Klick record, kind of do like another Suburban Noize Soldier, but just like that lineup, and then we call it the King Klick record. So those dudes were on tour, and me and Saint Dog were in the studio starting to make songs for that record. And the first one we did was Pump That Shit, What? Pump That Shit, What? Pump That Shit.
Yeah.
And this the King Klick? And we used that. We're like, and this the King Klick? And we both laid our shit, and then we sent it to Brad. Was like, dude, this is amazing. This is the shit. And when it got to like D-Lo's like, nah, I don't think we should do it. And back then I was really close with D-Lo. That was my dog. He's like the one of the people that really put me on. And he ended up calling me like, yo, dude, me and Richter are going to come off this tour. We're going to focus on another King Spade record. So the King Klick shit, we're probably going to put that off right now. You and Saint Dog should get together. I heard that song. It's dope, dude. You guys should still do that, but call it DGAF. And I was like, oh, damn, like that's my little clique from the beach area. So if I do that, I got to bring the homie Gillies in. And then Saint Dog's like, I'll bring Haas in. We got DJ Circa. And then luckily Kumagai was down to work with us because we had did those 2 or 3 songs already for the King Klick record. We just changed some lyrics around, called it DGAF, and then we came out swinging like we weren't hugging no trees on that record.
Right.
You know, it was straight fuck
straight
you
gutter,
and your mama, dog.
Fucking punch you in the fucking face shit.
Yeah, for sure. So, and to be honest, we got, that album came out, we opened up for Kottonmouth at the Grove in Anaheim, fucking huge venue. That shit was sold out. We had that motherfucker jumping, fools were bloody. By the time Kottonmouth hit the stage, the fucking fans were tired. They were tired, you know what I mean? And fucking screaming, DGAF. So, like, not to talk like shit, but the facts are the facts, bro. Kottonmouth, all of them saw that, and they were like, dude, how much did they sell in the merch? And, like, we outsold Kottonmouth Kings by, like, 3 or 4 times more than them because people already had the Kottonmouth crowns. They didn't have the DGAF hats or the DGAF jerseys or the DGAF record or Saint Dog back, and, like, we're kind of like that same kind of vibe, but just gangster with it, you know, new age click, you know, so people were gravitating towards us, and we were just taking a bit of the cheese away from the pile, and, you know, people didn't like it, so we were promised tours with Kottonmouth Kings, never got to do that, so never went on tour with Kottonmouth, and it kind of just, like, bummed some people in the band out, and, you know, drugs would get involved, and we did do some tours and got out there, but it was just like, man, the drugs and the craziness of the times, dog, it was just, it didn't last, you know, and members were getting crazy as fuck and breaking shit backstage, and, like, we had to pay for that shit, and then accidentally punch people in the band, busting their face open and breaking their skulls. So it was like, dude, you know, it was just like, I think I'm gonna go solo, dude. And around 2009, 2010, I ended up just breaking off and doing my solo thing, and also, like, it was fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, it was a crazy time, but that record, still people hit me up and still bump that, and I still play some of those songs at shows, and it's fucking dope to be a part of that too, and the legacy shit. So I'm stoked. That was a fucking great time. Our record was in Best Buy. Not many people can say that they had a record in Best Buy, Warehouse, and all that shit. So my kids get a little older, I'm like, yeah, your dad, you know, had a record in the record shop.
they sell CD. They sold records at Best Buy.
Yeah, straight up.
What's a CD?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean that show that you guys did with Kottonmouth, it sounds like the equivalent of fucking closing a Slayer show. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking chaos.
Yeah, man. It was fucking fun, and just to see the everyone's after that, like, it was we put it on the map. You know, after that show, we put it on the map that we're here for business, and it was dope, man. It was a good little run with that crew.
Yeah, and
wish
then
we could have done another record while Saint was around still, and you know, but unfortunately he's gone.
Yeah, but you know what? You got King Klick now. You got your solo shit. Are you working on any solo shit? I know you got a lot of shit going on, you know. So
yeah, as a matter of fact, I've been talking back with Eddie Ruxpin. We're in the mix to do a new record, a follow-up to the Henchlord record that we dropped in 2018, I believe, or 19, I think it was.
I think 19.
Yeah, 2019. So we're gonna follow up to that with some hip hop shit and some hardcore stuff on there, and then working on a new King Klick EP or a full length, and just doing features for other artists across the country. Some kid in Australia. So got some more shows coming up and tours. So I'm just trying to do it, dropping new merchandise with the brand, and just trying to keep it going as much as I can, you know.
Beautiful. Well, you bring up the merchandise, and this is another thing I let motherfuckers know about. Motherfuckers need to start looking at Chucky Chuck and get their merch game on point, including me, bro. When we did that SRH Fest, man, and I saw the amount of fucking merch you had, I was like, goddamn, this dude probably lives off this shit.
Dude, it's crazy. It's a gnarly business. It would look like that, you know, but like it's month to month with that, and just getting new shit and just keeping it alive, and just helping it run itself, because it takes mad money to run a business like that.
Right.
Luckily, I got Jesse Hertz, who's been doing it with me since about 2014, 15 now. So I got a good relationship with him, and he just he's the backbone of all that shit, all the ideas, all the drops. I pretty much go in there and fucking film a video and just be like, hey, man, buy some shit, So it's a lot, I can't sit here in front and be like, it's all me, but I got a lot of good people behind me and a good, solid team. And to matter of fact, not to change subject, but we are bringing back the podcast, too. I'd love to have you on a fucking episode of the DGAF podcast. We're bringing that back, too.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to ask about that, because you were doing that for a minute, and then it just kind of stopped. But
well, the COVID hit, too. COVID kind of put a damper on it, so the whole team that would come through, everyone kind of dispersed, and people were really scared to come outside for a long time. And now people are vaccinated, and it's kind of blown over a bit, so those people that were helping me do that are down to come around. And the other night we did a thing with Insane Clown Posse, the rise and fall of the Kottonmouth Kings, and there was a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of shit that was said that I'm gonna bring Kevin on there and bring Richter on there and let them tell their story, because a lot of fans kind of got left in the dark with that shit the other night.
Yo, I listened to that whole shit, bro. I was in San Francisco. I took my son to visit his grandmother, right? And I knew she had Amazon Prime, and that shit was on Twitch, and you either had to pay $6 or you could log in with your Amazon Prime. I'm like, Grandma, give me that goddamn that Amazon Prime info. I gotta watch this. And you were the first motherfucker they had on. I'm like, what the fuck? Chucky Chuck is on here?
It was a trip. I'm pretty good friends with DJ Clay, and I was talking with him. I'm like, hey, if the boys need any underbelly of information, not to be like a rat or an informant, but dog, I'm down to fucking talk some shit. And he hit me up. He's like, for sure, dude. I'll give Joe your number, and they called me, dog, and lined it up. I was kind of nervous because I was a fucking ICP juggalo. Still am a juggalo, dude. I bumped that shit. I'm gonna be honest. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Frying on acid, and that was my acid jams back in 17-year-old, 16-year-old kid. So
right.
Dude, it was a trip. Being just, I've been on tour with those dudes too, so it's just
you killed it, bro.
Those are some people's Kiss or some people's fucking Grateful Dead. Those guys are legendary.
Yeah, no bullshit. I mean, they probably have the most rabid cult following of anybody.
Unreal.
Well, bro, you killed it on there, man. I was super hyped to see my homie Chucky up on there. I'm like, oh shit, Annie's the first one, and they fucking, they remembered you and shit. It wasn't like they were just like, hey, let's get this guy on here. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna fucking use what they said as a fucking intro to the song.
Yo.
That was big me up. I was like, okay, woo.
Yo, I was gonna, So that's the rapper's mind, right? Because when I heard them talking like that, I'm like, yo, Chucky needs to sample that shit.
You know it.
All right, man. Well, bro, thank you for coming on the show. I fucking appreciate it. I can't wait to fucking kick it again. We gotta rock a show or something.
Yeah, dog. You fucking keep fucking shit up, bro. You're a madman, dog. Super dope.
Hey, thank you, bro.
That shit rocking, homie.
Thank you, bro.
Soon, brother.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
Likewise, late.
All right, peace.